Hello, good morning. I just woke up. Today I thought I would talk about um, what it has been like the past few months. Happened in December. December is when I got this phone. It's called a light phone. It has a case on it that I got from Etsy. Uh, Anyway, I have no plans for this video. I just woke up, so I thought I would just organically comment on how this experience has been for me. I'll briefly tell the story of uh, my my history with this phone before I get into it. I wanted to buy a light phone 6 years ago, back in 2020, when my iPhone was stolen from my car. So it was a crash and grab, the smash and grab. I'd gone on a hike and my iPhone was stolen, and I was devastated. I was 20 years old at the time, dating somebody and kind of like that honeymoon phase, and I remember being so devastated that I had lost the pictures that I wasn't set up in my cloud. That I had lost the pictures that I had taken on the phone. That was my big heartbreak about it, because I felt such an attachment to those pictures and memories, and it felt like they were preserved in that phone. Um, but I took it as a sign from the universe to get a flip phone. I wanted to get this phone, this exact phone that I have now, but it was several $100s, and I didn't feel like it made sense to purchase a dumb phone if it wasn't able to do certain things that maybe were more needed for the time. So I got a flip phone. Yes, I got a flip phone. I was like, is that what happened? Yeah. Um, Also for the the slam of it all, the slamming of the phone. That was part of my why would I pay all this money to to not be able to slam my phone? But I did have that experience, for anybody who has experience with flip phones, where whenever you text, you have to press like the number three, 1, 2, 3, 4 times to get the letter H kind of thing. So it took me forever to text, and I was just that era of dumb phone was me just calling people because I didn't want to text them, which was kind of fun because it kind of fostered connections that maybe wouldn't have otherwise happened without the randomness of the chaos of me just calling people. Um, anyway, fast forward to last summer, I was at a yoga festival near where I lived, and I ended up meeting the person, Joe, who one of the people that founded the light phone. I'm not sure if he invented it with his friend or if he founded it. I never really looked into the exact details, but it's funny because when I met him, I didn't register. Oh, it's a cool bird. I didn't register he was who he said he was. It just didn't go into my brain. And then 2 hours later, I was chatting with him again and was like, wait, what? You're the light phone guy? And then I was just actually fangirling about this person because I just really admired his product even without even using it, just for the sake of the vision of an attempt, an execution of a dumb phone in a world of so many. The thought that just had in my head attention horror of smartphones. You know what I mean? All these smartphones are and everyone's like, ooh, and then they get it, and it's this heavy phone. um. Anyway, so we ended up chatting, and he showed me the Light Phone 3, which is coming out in September, and I'm plugging it because I admire this light phone too. So if you're interested at all in a dumb phone, check out the Light Phone 3. Um, to be honest, it is one that I think I want to purchase one day, just because it has a few more features to this one that I feel would be nice in terms of long-term phone use. This is just the phone that I felt compelled to get um, immediately because I really just wanted to get it after all these years of wanting it. Anyway, so I met him. We chatted phones, and um, I ended up getting his number, and then cut to for like a discount. Like, just let me know if you ever want to get a Light Phone 3. I can send you one, which was like obviously the coolest thing ever. If you admire somebody and you like for what they've created and done, and then they like casually tell you, here's my number, text me if you want a discount, that just feels super cool. So that was just, that's still, that will never not be super cool to me. But yeah, so cut to like late fall after that experience. No, actually early winter. I was in California, the same town. I live on the East Coast now. The same town where my iPhone was stolen before my Google Pixel. Rest in peace. That's not the right thing. I'm not Catholic. Fully just broke on my trip. And it's interesting because I was visiting that area, which I have a lot of complicated memories in, but also like it's an overall very special place in my heart. And I was kind of struggling with connecting and being present with the experience. And a few days in, my phone just broke, like just like stopped working, just stopped. And it was a huge inconvenience, as it can be when you're traveling without a phone. But the second day after my phone had broken, I literally said out loud, like, thank you, God, for breaking my phone. Because there was, I mean, so many people probably experience this from time to time where their phone, like dies or has a malfunction or something's going on with it where they just end up not being able to use it for a day or two. And then there's the realization of like, yeah, this is kind of annoying, but this is kind of nice too. And it was like that, but like I felt extra intense. Like I was just like, thank God my phone broke. Oh my God. I felt like that. Like, well, it felt like a like comically like divine intervention because I had actually already had this phone. I wanted to get it switched over months before in October, but it took it to December for my phone to physically break while I was in a different state, for me to get that final push to switch over because I physically like didn't have any other options. I'm not somebody who has much money at this point in my life, but I have a rich life, but maybe not a hefty bank account. So this was my only option, was to switch to this phone finally that had been like traveling with me during the two different moves I had done the past several months. Anyway, so I switch over my phone, I go to Verizon, and then I turn it on, and I'm immediately like, this is so cute. And I get all my texts that I had missed, which was nice because I wasn't sure how that was going to work. By the way, I have a text right now. See that little star? That means I have a text, and I don't even know what it is or who it's from. Anyway, so fast forward to now, it's almost the end of April, so that's basically 4.5 months using this light phone or dumb phone. And what I have to share about it is the experience having it was simultaneously like what I expected. I'm gonna get down low, I guess. Simultaneously what I expected, and also a lot of what I didn't expect at all. And the first thing I'll say is, like, I have an Apple laptop, like a MacBook. Is that what they're called? Yeah, I think that's what they're called. And I you can use that as a smartphone basically if you're home. Like you can FaceTime people, you can iMessage people, you can go on Instagram, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Netflix. So I don't feel like I am like without my smartphone in a full way because I still have the capabilities to do a lot of the things that um, smartphones entail. Um, but I guess an important note is the last time I had a dumb phone, which was a flip phone, I had it for about 2 years, and I also had like an iPod Touch. The guy I was dating at the time had a smartphone, so I did a lot of like using of a Wi-Fi device and like using someone else's phone. So I was still on Instagram. I was still like capturing the world. The past 4.5 months, I haven't taken pictures. There is not a camera on this phone. I have not taken pictures, and I have so yeah, it's been this like mixed bag of an experience where it's a little bit more hardcore than what I did a few years ago with the flip phone because it's silly, but like I still could take pictures. Like it's really thrown me into this different experience with a relationship with a phone. Um, I mention all this because I want to take pictures. I want to capture my life. I don't want to feel like it, but it's also like a strange thing because I don't want to take a million pictures of my life like I did before. Like part of me like felt impulsive to do that. To be like, "Ooh, that's so pretty. Ooh, that's so pretty." Now, and this is a different experience. I'm like, "Ooh, that's so pretty." Mm. And I just like stare at it and take it in. And that's I prefer that to taking a picture because I feel like I needed that full like you don't have the picture. This is the picture. This is the picture. This is the moment. Here you are. Um but I also along that same it's not like all good. It's not like oh, I love that I don't take pictures. It's a complicated experience because part of me is a little saddened that I don't have pictures. So I'm trying to find that balance, but also allow things to evolve, allow myself to notice what that feels like to not capture all my life all the time, but just to be in it, just to be in the life, doing the things, existing and exploring for the sake of that moment in that day, not for the sake of capturing it and sending it off to someone else to show to share. So it's been a recalibration into learning how to live life just for myself in the moment because no one else is going to see it. I'm single. I live by myself in this house, and I'm an independent contractor, so I'm going to my different jobs whenever I end up wanting to do those things. And it's just me witnessing this life. And I just have the thought, like, in a lot of ways, it feels like more mine, like more my own, and that feels a little bit more sacred. And there's maybe been more developments of my own interests and things that are interesting to me, maybe more authenticity that has surfaced because I'm not as concerned. I can't really be concerned with how my life seems to others because no one's watching it anymore. Like, there's no one to perform to, so I'm not performing. And that's a good thing. It's good to just exist for yourself, but I know that Sarah, me, like I want to capture my life. So I want to get my film camera in my closet like going because that would be really special. Basically, like my intentions for this life is to figure out how to live in the time period that I prefer, which obviously I know it's 2026 and there's a lot going on and that's never going to be not the reality. But in terms of my own reality, I can set, I don't need to just be like a victim of my environment and be like, this is the way the world is. I just have a smartphone and I just post on Instagram and I just do all of these things that aren't as satisfying as if it, as like a different world without these things would have been. Like, you know, this nostalgia for times without these things. Like, I can live in that time by just participating in that time. You know, I don't have a smartphone. I can live. I've just bought an iPod. I'm really excited about. Um, and I can have a camera and I can live with my little items that kind of give me more freedom to be myself, um, and don't make me feel like I am just a capture machine, um, that owes everybody my time. But that's another thing is I don't text people back as quickly as I used to, and and that's okay. Like I think that there was an immediacy. This is another thing. There was an immediacy to like getting back to people when I had a smartphone that felt like so important. And now I just like respect my own time so much more that like I'm not like avoiding people, but like if I don't have the energy to respond to a message, I'll wait till I do and then I'll respond when I do. And if people have like irritation surrounding that, like they can let me know, but they don't. People seem to be okay with me taking my own time. But yeah, the biggest note I would say for anybody thinking about getting a dumb phone is it won't solve all your problems. It won't transform your life 100%. It will be a big change, a big push, a big difference that will initiate change if you allow it to. But I tell people this, I still have my phone addiction. I don't have, I'm not addicted to this phone because it doesn't do much. But I'm addicted to this phone, as in my Apple computer that can do anything an iPhone would. But the difference now is I can't just check YouTube while I'm on a walk. I can't check Instagram while I'm in line. And I do get to participate in the charming aspect of planning ahead. You know, being like, how far away is this place? Clickety clack, clickety clack. This is me typing, clickety clack. Looking ahead of time and using my GPS. So there is more presence in my life, but if anything, having this phone has revealed how intense of a grip the smartphone still has on me. And I say that because it's like, it is an addiction. Like my old Google Pixel still is like in my car console, just sitting there all dead. And every once in a while I'll pick it up and it'll be like, the weight of it will be like, oh. And I'll be like, like, just think about it. And like, what if it turned on? And like, that's hilarious. But it's also really real. And I still am somebody who watches way too much Netflix and way too much YouTube and procrastinates more than I'd like to admit. But I also am someone who, when I wake up in the morning, most of the time, I just stare out the window for 20 minutes. And I check my phone first. And what that means is I see what time it is. And I see if I need to get to back. I see any texts. Sometimes I don't even check it. And I can check it right now if you want to see what it looks like on the inside. These are my apps. These are some more apps. This is my last app. You could also get music, but I just don't. I don't own any music, which is another thing that I'm hoping to change, is to start buying music again to put on my iPod to stop streaming, because I just heard weird things about the owner of Spotify. Anyway, this is my long video that I had no plan for about my experience with a dumb phone. Yeah, I recommend it. But I also wouldn't tell anybody that it's gonna like solve everything for them. It will just cold turkey them into the realization, the even more intense realization of like what it means to have been attached to a device for so long. I mean, for me, it was at least a decade. I got my first smartphone in high school. So, anyway, if you have any questions, ask down below and I will answer them because this is an interesting topic to me that I like talking about. And to be honest, I wish more people had dumb phones so I could like be all like, look at us at our phones. Because it is a little my friend just got one, so I'm excited about that. But it would be cool if more people had an alternative phone and that was more normal because cue cards are everywhere, you know? I'm over it. Anyway, bye.